game's full of them. Full of puns, I mean.
Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you.
I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable. Ha 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 ha.
Objection!
I just wanted to add that.
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number.
He has the bomb. Okay.
The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case.
Such a far-fetched theory. No better than a tangled ball of wires.
I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later.
I see, ×2, but then let me ask you. Do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message?
That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to...
I would think DNA. But then they could get the DNA of Athena's. Maybe I'm looking too into it because...
Analyzing the handwriting, I'm not sure if that would be useful. I think it's analyze the DNA. That just seems to make the most sense.
Okay.
Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message.
I think that was right.
He went ...
Very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor.
Don't know why I kind of gave him a Sparta voice.
Who knows?
It will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness.
I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. After the explosion. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. But there was no bloody writing there at the time.
Because the case was covering it.
Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
What if she was dragged over there?
So, you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was?
Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Okay.
I see. All right then, Mr. Wright. You may... excuse me. You may cross-examine the witness.
Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart?
Okay. Then I was the first one the scene. There was no bloody writing at the time. Anyway, there's no way a detective could have written it. She had struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
I think it's the second one.
I think it's
Because-
this. Because
Because
they specifically said it was a flat object.
and not a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me make sure. Autopsy report.
By the impact with a flat object.
Not the corner.
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head, caused by impact with a flat object.
Yes, what about it?
Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed.
Oh, wow.
Blah, blah, blah,
He set
blah,
off
blah.
a bomb. Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair.
That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The blood stain you see is just another fabrication. The purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head on some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're fine.
my mouse keeps falling. I already read this line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, she definitely could have written the message. Yeah, she could.
Your Honor,
Did.
I have the results of the blood stain analysis. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood.
Called it!
Yay!
And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that defense's assertion is correct after all.
Okay.
Yes, you did it. You were right, boss. Yep.
Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Oh my gosh, words.
111 exclamation point 1.
Mr. Tonate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine, I will confess.
You will? But then, why are you so calm?
You set off the bomb.
This time I will tell the truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked. But I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Oh, bull. Bull. I don't believe that for a second.
I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body. Is that it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Oh well, if that's all you did, then... Wait a minute! That in and of itself is a criminal act!
Yay, the judge got his coffee.
Yay!
Glad to see you finally cross that finish line, Your Honor. Very well then, your cross-examination please, Mr. Wright.
Make her right.
I don't know why I'm humming that of all things. Alright. It's true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote, I was shocked.
She very plainly wrote it?
Like, it was clear that she wrote his ID thingy, not like she was trying to write something else.
Okay. No, not the writing analysis.
Okay, but that's not true. Because if you look, it's not plainly seen because there's a chunk missing.
True, yeah. So maybe put that then.
Objection!
I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood.
Yes, it very clearly said L10015R.
But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about it now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R.
I was right. Yeah.
Yay!
Because I was like, that has to come up somewhere. And the only
one who would know that that was their ID number, other than anybody who knew what that number meant on the case, would be... Yeah, it would be him, of course.
Yeah.
Something is
Yeah.
missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. Alright, the final R. Sorry.
It's fine.
Let's talk like a pirate day. Every day.
Grrr.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate?
Oh, right. Now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad.
Come back, my beautiful contradiction.
Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. It clearly wasn't.
You have something for me, Athena?
I sense that he's extremely agitated and almost panicked.
He does look pretty flustered.
Just a little?
He's literally trying to eat the wire.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it?
He actually saw it.
He actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it!
What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel?
I've got it! So that's what happened! A slip of the finger? Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? Oh. Isn't it just this?
Yeah.
I would go closer, like where it's cracked.
Here?
No. Well, no.
I think it's over here. There's nothing really
Yeah.
weird about it.
Well, the
otherwise.
lines, I guess, to prove something was there.
This is still considered a crack, right?
Take that!
Please look here, to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it! Just on the edge of where the floor's broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles. But that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there, before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, well, that explains it. Huh?
Care to oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can finish it.
No,
you
no,
know? It's okay.
no. Mm-mm.
Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? Obviously, before the explosion. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
But that's ridiculous.
Hey. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Order! Order in the court.
What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but considering this scenario... Computer? Hello?
Wiki wiki computer.
There we go. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast.
Huh.
I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Honestly, to me, my brain isn't making sense of it right now,
Really?
but I'm also very tired, so.
It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial?